day. How long you out here for?
Probably be out here for a couple of hours, and I might make $500 or $600. That's better than a job. All right, love. It's all about love. That was love.
Alright, so I'm seeing there's drama out here already.
Welcome to our world.
Well, being homeless is a journey. You gotta believe in Jesus. You gotta step a ladder.
You know what? You guys could go in Wendy's, Tommy, and talk.
I'm gonna say what I got to say right here.
It takes her about 10 minutes.
The thing is sometimes getting rid of the pain.
What kind of pain?
Being homeless. Sleeping on concrete, Ain't got nothing to sleep on. Piece of cardboard, no cover. Can't light a fire. And they just look at you like you're nobody. And the nice thing about it is sometimes some people look out for it. How to live out.
Have you been through rehab before?
Yes, ma'am. Genesis program. Been through that 6, 7 times, but I know this. What I learned from all the rehabs. Depends on if you want to change yourself. That depends. Other than that, it's addiction. And that's complicated.
Alright, good afternoon guys. We have Rob and Ben. Downtown Columbia. And I just want to ask you guys, what do you think some of the causes are of homelessness?
So I think like the first thing people jump to is like they're lazy, they don't care at work too much. But a lot of there is a like good portion of it that's people with mental illnesses without a support system. So imagine if like you're from a lower income household as it is, and you have like a really debilitating mental disorder. And maybe your parents aren't like amazing parents or anything. Once you have to go into the workforce and you just can't. There's no one there for you. There's no help. I can very easily see how that leads to why they turn homeless.
Yeah. So along with everything he said, crap, I'm blanking on what I was gonna say. So yeah, I think our system basically right now is benefiting the rich more than the poor. And so being poor is like a pretty crucial cycle. It's hard to get out of that once you're in it. I mean, if you come homeless, like you can't shower, you can't necessarily go to a job interview. If you walk into a business, they might kick you out or something because you're like, a smelly homeless dude, but you can't help it. And like, what are you supposed to do if you have no friends, family to help you out, no connections? So you can't really go to a gas station almost like after dark without having like 1 or 2 homeless guys outside maybe asking for money. And it's really like sad more than anything. Like it like is annoying. It's like I can't go into the grocery store without someone like asking me for money, but it's also like, what are we supposed to do? Like,
Tell her what happened.
I don't want to go into this like cycle of, oh, I'll give him money and then you have this guy coming back and backing me. Like, it shouldn't be one individual person's responsibility to give a homeless guy money. I think it's just a failure of like our society, of like the government, of how things are being run. So I think they're neglected.
Alright, I'm here at Bila with Trina, and she is raising donations for Harvest Hope. And would you like to give a little statement as to what your feelings are related to the struggle out there? I'm trying to make ends meet.
Well, I agreed to help out because, we have so many, even in our church, who are in need of food, people who've lost their jobs, or just folks who just can't make ends meet from day to day. And I think it's a great opportunity to help out, for families to be able to provide food for, the children and everyone in the house. And also we take monetary donations, just to help out in any way we can. And I think it's a great cause, what we're doing. Thank you so much, ma'am. You have a great afternoon.
So you're seeing people are struggling who they're even working.
Yeah, working folks struggling, see that a lot daily, just can't make enough to, you know, be able to feed their families or even pay, you know, bills. So I'm, you know, glad and honored to be able to help, because you never know when it's going to hit in your yard. But it's something great to do.
All right, I'm here with Ren this afternoon, and we're in Columbia, downtown. And Ren, why do you think people become homeless? What are some of the reasons?
All right. I want to get in the background now.
I think, well, I'm in River Bluff High School, which is in Lexington, and I'm in the Law Center, where we learn a lot about politics and such. And specifically in South Carolina, the problem is the corridor of shame, and I think that contributes a lot, greatly, to the amount of homeless people we have, especially the minorities in South Carolina. So I think the lack of education and the lack of quality education greatly contributes to it.
I'm here with Mr. Stacy Stiles, and he has graciously volunteered to tell his story.
I am one of the homeless here in Columbia. The struggle is real. I'm going through some mental health things. I go through the Department of Mental Health. I got a lot of medication I'm on, which don't allow me to work because it alters my mind. But instead of helping me, I get no food stamps, I get no provision, no insurance. Nothing is going the way it should go here. Columbia have more than enough resources to help, and they're barely helping us. The winter shelters, they open it at night if it's 39 degrees below. They close it in the morning early if it's 39 degrees or below. So why open it at night, then turn around and close it during the day? You can't tell me y'all can't pay the bills and keep that shelter open for the homeless to be off the cold in the street. Then if you ask for help, the police see it, they try to lock you up. They're trying to run the homeless out of Columbia.
How long have you been here in South Carolina?
For the last year and a half. I originally born in Spartanburg. I went to Morris Village, then I went to a mental institution, and I wound up out here on the streets. And I'm still out here after 7.5 months. People need to know this struggle is real. We really need help. Not everybody out here is bound by drugs and alcohol. Mine is a mental case.
And you said that you're on a lot of different medications. Where are you getting your meds from?
Mental health. Can't afford it, but whenever I can get there, they try to give me enough to keep me from doing crazy things, thinking crazy thoughts.
Okay.
I still have crazy dreams. I still think about doing crazy things. And if it wasn't for the medication, ain't no telling where I'd be. This is real.
Where are you sleeping at night?
In a parking garage. With just a piece of tool cover. We ain't get to blowing, it's cold, so I mean, you know, it's crazy constantly. I've seen people hit their head while they're sleeping. You know, fights break out. People shoving and pushing, trying to get a meal. Churches doing all they can to help. Some of them anyway.
How do you get treated?
When people pass by you and they see you got a backpack like I have, your jacket, and you tote what belongings you got, what you can tote, they step to the other side. They're afraid you're gonna ask them for something. They're afraid you're gonna do something. We're not the ones causing all this crime and stuff down here. We're not. We're just trying to survive day to day. I'm still a believer. With all my heart, God is still real, no matter what I'm going through. And my struggle is not just for me, it's to help somebody else who's not as strong as I am in the faith, to keep them from committing suicide. Yeah, those thoughts have crossed my mind, but I'm still here for a reason. And that reason is to tell my story like I'm doing today, so that it gives someone else hope.
All right, thank you, Mr. Stiles.
Okay, I think that people who panhandle or people who pretend to be homeless, I think it's absolutely disgusting because it makes it hard for people who actually are homeless. Because I remember one time I went to Walmart and I saw a guy park his car in the parking lot. He walked out the truck with a sign saying he's homeless. And I think that's just so insulting. And it really is hard for people who actually are homeless because it makes it hard for people who actually are suffering to get help because people don't believe them, you know, but it's sad that we live in a world where you're not guaranteed shelter.
All right, we got Cody here, downtown Columbia. And Cody, what do you think are some of the reasons for homelessness?
I guess there's several reasons. A lot of them bring it upon themselves, but a lot don't. Like there's veterans that's out here homeless too, but there's a lot of scammers too. I know I lived in Dallas for a while. There was a guy, and they said that he got like $100-something thousand doing it. You know, so.
You're gonna get that anywhere.
Yeah. The struggle's real, but a lot of people do play the system too, and it's sad, but that's what the world is today. So.
It really does. Okay, take a guess. How many people do you think are homeless in South Carolina?
South Carolina alone?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
What about in the Midlands area?
I don't know. Maybe 500?
All right.
What, do you know the number?
I do know the number.
What is
You're
it?
going to have to watch the documentary to find out.
No!
According to the 2018 point in time count, South Carolina has 3,933 people who are homeless. According to the 2018 point in time count, the Midlands alone has 1,205 people who are homeless.